This is the VW ID.Buzz, and this is based off the Volkswagen Type 1 from 1949. And yet it is one of the coolest looking, most fun and eye-catching vehicles you will see. If you had a Ferrari next to this is what would get the looks. This is one impressive design, and VW are really killing it with design, with the Arteon and also with this. This is just really, really special. And this, of course, is an EV. This is a fully electric vehicle based on the Volkswagen MEB platform, just like the ID.3, the ID.4, and the ID.5. Check out my videos on those on the channel. And being all electric means it's great for the environment, but it also means it has unrivaled space. It's the same size as a Transporter. It's got the space in it because there's no drivetrain. It's all electric. The ID.Buzz starts at £57,000, and this as spec is around the £62,000 mark. This vehicle has a 77 kilowatt hour battery capable of 238 miles WLTP range. It's 204 horsepower and 310 Newton meters of torque. It can do 5 to 80% in 30 minutes of charging, which is really, really good. There's a lot of space in this vehicle. We've got tons of space, I'll show you in a second, inside here. And then we've got our sliding doors at the back. So you're not lacking for room. I was having my lunch here, sitting at the little table. We'll have a look at that in a second. It has a very short overhang at the front, 20-inch wheels on this right now, which look great. And I just love the design of this, the way it's got a little spoiler here. I really like these graphics. The two-tone paint looks incredible. It's really very, very well designed, and this green is a big favorite of mine. Let's have a look in here and see how much space there is in the back of the ID.Buzz. So the door slides open, and then we're back here. We've got our little table here where I had my lunch, which was great. Really, really cool. We've got USB Type-C chargers in the door, so you can plug in your phone. There's even a little handle here to get in and out. Very spacious, very comfortable, as you would expect from an MPV. Plenty of space in front of my knees, loads of space above my head. I mean, like, we probably got a foot above my head. I'm 178. This is just a very cool, ice cool look and design. And of course, the interior is all sustainable. There's no materials used which harm the environment in this vehicle, which is very nice. We've even got a little space here to put your phone in to store it. That's a very nice little idea, detail that I haven't seen on other cars as well. Very, very comfortable back here. Love the design. In fact, it's so nice back here, I wonder if I'd actually even want to eat in the back of this car, because I wouldn't want to make a mess out of it. Here inside the ID.Buzz, it's very retro futuristic. If you imagine a transformer in a VW, if it turned into a transformer, that little MPV, it would look like this. I think there's no doubt about that. We've got fantastic details on the inside from this wood finish, lots of storage space. There's a little drawer space here that opens up. Want to find your cup holders, no problem, there and there. Then you've got your Buzz box, which has 5 litres at the back and has 1.4 litres at the front. And then you can also detach it, pull it apart. It's got a ice scraper there. You can use that to open caps at the front. Just such a clever use of the space inside this vehicle. We've got our big VW infotainment system here, and then we've got our tiny little driver's display in front of us, and we've got the typical VW ID steering wheel. Now, I know that there's been some complaints about the touch sensitive capacitive buttons inside these VW ID models, and lots of car companies are going that way, Ferrari as well. It can be a bit distracting, there's no doubt about that. And whether VW decide to continue making touch sensitive capacitive buttons in all their cars, or they change to more traditional buttons in the future, I don't know. It might happen, it might not happen. But one thing I can tell you is it fits very, very well with the design of this car. And the familial traits of the ID range are definitely visible inside this vehicle. It definitely feels like the kind of place where you would feel comfortable to drive. In fact, we'll take it for driving a little bit. But I can tell you, just driving it here to film this is surprisingly sporty handling for what it is. It really is. Where do you plug your phone in? The USB Type-C connectors are down here between the steering wheel and the infotainment system. That's an interesting place for it. And of course, there's tons of space in the door bins as well. So space, not at a premium in here. One big difference on this vehicle is that on the other ID vehicles, the gear changer is actually attached to the driver's display. Not so in this vehicle. It's actually a separate stalk, which is more of a Mercedes way of doing things, I'm not going to lie, but very, very easy to use and very intuitive, and probably a bit easier too than doing it on this car. I think trying to get your hand behind the steering wheel on this particular vehicle might be a bit tricky. Really, really, really impressed with this. Very, very impressed. What about the space at the back in the rear? Let's check that out now. So we got 1,121 litres of space. I've got loads of space under here. I've actually put my filming equipment down there. This area actually comes out, so you can actually open it up even more, and you've got a tonneau cover as well. Put a bed on here as well if you have the version which has that capability. You've got a 12-volt socket, and again, lots of space, lots of versatility at the back here. And of course, it has a little handle you can pull on, or you can press the button to close it. So very nice design, and this is, by the way, the biggest VW logo on any vehicle that VW makes right now. Is the ID.Buzz as fun to drive as it looks? Considering this is an MPV, it's a small van, you might be wondering, can it possibly be that fun to drive? Is it a van that you would want to enjoy driving? And I think the answer is actually yes, it is. Because it's an EV, it has that instant torque, so it's a lot more playful than a traditional MPV. It just goes. Plus all the little playful touches inside this vehicle really take it to the next level. I really do feel that. I feel like the steering, the suspension, everything just works in harmony to create a very immersive and special experience when driving this van. I really do feel like this is one pretty incredible bit of kit. We've got obviously the latest infotainment, obviously the latest safety features. We've got cruise control, adaptive cruise control, we've got lane assist, we've got a reversing camera, we have everything that you could possibly want on a modern car, a modern vehicle, but we've got this acceleration, this playfulness, this funness, which you don't get on MPVs, you don't get on anything which generally carries the whole family or many people around. So I really, really enjoy this. I mean, acceleration is great. This is not the fastest electric car, but it's a big vehicle and it just goes. The visibility is fantastic. Just the way everything has come together is really quite impressive and very amazing. I'm really, really enamored with this ID.Buzz. I think it's a fun vehicle to drive, a fun vehicle to look at, and a fun vehicle to have. This is very, very good. Well done, VW, on this. You've produced a vehicle that lives up to the hype that you showed when you put this off as a concept vehicle. So that's the ID.Buzz, a fantastic MPV, all electric, made by VW, great to drive, lots of space. Starts at £57,000, so it's not exactly the least expensive you can get, but you get a lot of very cool technology and lots of versatility from it. So I really, really like this. Check it out. Please do give me a like and subscribe to the channel, and check out my other VW videos on the ID.4 and the ID.5. Thank you very much.